It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
Rodgers under center, play action pass, looking, rolls out wide open is Jalen Warren. Touchdown Pittsburgh Steelers. He trots into the end zone with no defenders in sight.
You spoke about the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. Beating him, is there significance in that since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
Here's the snap to Love, throws right side of the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Reed, right corner of the end zone. They beat Terry Arnold again, and a Lambeau leap to the north end zone stands for Jaden Reed.
Snap, again the four-man rush. Bo pumps once, throws the ball to the end zone. Cortland goes up, makes the catch. Touchdown, Denver.
Purdy looking, bump from behind. Now he rolls out. Still has time, still looking. Now he rolls to his right. He's pursued, and he throws it. Caught! Dodgers got it! And the 49ers take the lead. Allen reaches over the goal line, and he is in. He went high side this time instead of low, and he punched it in for the 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the snap, hold is down, kick on the way, and it is good. And Matt Prater, in his first game as a Buffalo Bill, has won the ball game here in week 1. They come all the way back to win the game at the gun.
Highlights from the first Sunday of NFL football. And PK, you love to say, if the teams play well, there has to be a winner and loser in each game. Getting beat on a 60-yard field goal, that's pretty rough. But that was the Jets. That was the Jets' problem Sunday.
Do you think that Joe Namath was upset and that Aaron Rodgers wanted to beat Joe Namath? Because he said he wanted to beat everyone associated with the Jets.
There are two ways to take that. One, no, and I don't think it has anything to do with Joe Willie Namath. It's
Weeb Eubank?
Weeb Eubank.
Matt Snell?
Oh, Matt Snell. Now there's a grudge. Emerson
Leave
Boozer.
Chad Pennington alone.
Grudge. Chad Pennington. All right, let's name all
I
this.
go back to the early days of Shea Stadium when I lived there.
He's mad at all the Jets, or he just didn't want to name anybody, so he said all the Jets, even though it's one.
He said anyone associated with the Jets.
Yeah, I know, but what do you think he meant?
I think he meant anyone associated with the Jets.
Okay.
Apparently you don't. I don't like to read into things. You're a big read into things.
I want to read into that, and I really don't know how to read into that.
I feel bad for you.
Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes. Isn't it weak when they run the they put the guy in motion and you catch the ball and just flip it forward about 2 feet? That counts as a completed pass and a touchdown?
Yeah, that's how John Walsh got a scholarship.
Feels like a handoff.
When he played for Carson High, covered many of his games, and he had guys who played for Nebraska back when Nebraska was really, really good, and he would just do that little shuffle pass as they'd go across the line.
Yeah.
And they'd go for 80 yards.
And his passing stats would be great. He threw it 2 feet, and future University of Nebraska starting receiver or running back or whatever, 80 yards.
Yeah.
My numbers look great. Puka Nakua's numbers look great. 10 catches, 130 yards. They target him 11 times. He catches 10 and goes for 130. Rams beat the Texans 14-9. There were quite a few low-scoring games out there, probably a reflection of starters not playing much in the preseason and them treating September like the preseason. But that was one of the lowest right there. But Puka Nacua, he even had to leave the game briefly there, a concussion check after a big hit early in the game. But he comes back and has a massive game. The Buffalo Bills, that was impressive. They scored the last 3 times they had the ball. The Ravens had been unstoppable most of the night, 40 points, and last 3 times they had the ball, like 8 plays, 17 yards, and a turnover and a penalty. That went from a elite offense to incapable of doing anything. They're late in the game. And they lose it on a field goal as time runs out.
Yeah, I think the fumble obviously was a big deal.
Yep. But they also had 2 3-and-outs in there.
You know, let's have that in the postseason when it matters the most. It's a fun game, but what does it matter? I think both teams obviously are going to be in the playoffs, so see what happens at that point.
The storyline around the Detroit Lions was great team, great year, but they lost both coordinators. They're not coming close to 15-2 this year, and that just got reinforced week 1 as they go to Green Bay. Now, that's arguably, if not the toughest, one of the 2 or 3 toughest games on their schedule. But they get dominated by the Packers 27-13. Jordan Love, a couple of touchdown passes. Green Bay in control of that most of the way.
Well, they're starting a rookie quarterback.
Yep, there it is.
I think they knew this.
Are you talking about Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking the Lions.
Minnesota. You're talking about the Lions.
Yes, the Lions losing to the Packers. Minnesota is starting McCarthy.
Well, the Lions, are they that good, though? They're good.
Right.
But are they better than the Packers?
I do not believe they are.
Right.
No, I'd pick Green Bay to win that division. Because, like you said, Minnesota's going to McCarthy, who, although he's in his second year, he didn't play at all the first year. So he's essentially the rookie QB. And the Lions turn over both coordinators. Plus, when you go 15-2, things have to fall in place. And you're just not likely to back that up. As we saw with the Chiefs, who have the top wide receiver suspended, the second wide receiver's running a crossing route, bangs into Travis Kelce, wrecks his shoulder. So now he's going to be out for a while. And still the Chiefs get close but can't get the ball back at the end. 3rd and 14, and quarterback scramble beats them. Herbert runs forever, gets the first down, and the Chargers beat the Chiefs 27-21. So the two teams went 15-2 last year, both dropped their opener this year.
Herbert's a good player, man.
Yeah, that was a big, big play.
I like him.
Any other games thrill you, entertain you? I mean, there were some low-scoring. The Broncos grind out a 20-12 win over the Titans. Tennessee kicking a lot of field goals there, 4 of them.
Yeah, just happy to have it back, man, and then watch these guys play. I mean, I don't really take massive conclusions from game one. The one thing I will say is down in the bullpen, Jackson Dart is warming up.
The Giants really didn't do a thing. That was a nice, boring win for the Washington Commanders.
It seems like Russell Westbrook fell off the cliff, man. He was really, really good. Really, did I say Westbrook? He fell off the cliff too, but Wilson was really, really good, and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
Well,
now he's just bouncing around.
The Giants won't let Dart speak after the game? Come on now.
What was he going to say? When am I... Play me or trade me?
Sure, go ahead.
Nice. 1 game into his NFL career. Just start throwing out challenges.
I mean, obviously he's going to get it, and it looks like sooner rather than later. And that's really not necessarily one game evaluation. It's what we anticipated.
I mean, it's like the Lions. This was the storyline going into the year, and everything we saw in week 1 backed up the storyline we had in our head in July and August. The Giants aren't going to be good. Wilson's going to struggle, and they're going to get 5, 8, 10 games in, whatever it is, and they're going to switch QBs. And if you look at their schedule, the way you looked at BYU's schedule when you were assessing the quarterback race, you might be able to figure it out. You know, there's a bye week and a soft opponent or whatever. There might be a landing spot in there for him sooner rather than later. Monday Night Football, Vikings and Bears. 2 teams I think they're viewed as having talented rosters, but massive questions at quarterback. Get a good answer at quarterback, maybe have a breakout year. We'll see what happens tonight, ESPN 615. DJ and BK.
Hashtag Utah State.
Le'Veon runs right up the middle, squirts through it, the 10, the 5, Le'Veon's in the end zone with a 21-yard rushing touchdown. Aggies. Shotgun snap, Marcel rolls right, he's going to throw on the run. Touchdown. Caught, touchdown. Aggies, Concepcion with the catch.
Utah State beaten by Texas A&M 44-22. Takeaways from that game, PK? Man, that was a lot of sacks. 3 in a row by the same player. That was rough.
Yeah, I mean, they were physically outmatched. That was a far better team, obviously, at the line of scrimmage on both sides. But, you know, I like the way they had some
moments,
fight in them and continued to battle. And, you know, as Bronco builds this thing, and they're not good enough to beat a team like this.
No, but at least they didn't go out there and get dusted by 40, 50, or 60 points as we saw in, I don't know, probably 8 to 10 games. Compete a little bit, and they did. Take a few positives away.
Right.
But now, the conference opener. Turn the page. Getting ready for Air Force this week. Bronco Mendenhall's going to join us at 8:30. We'll see How many of those negatives he thinks were on his team, and how many of those negatives that he saw in the game were just on the massive talent gap playing an SEC team on the road? And we'll talk to him about the conference opener coming up at 8:30. DJ, PK.
Hashtag Utah.
It's Snowden out the other way, weaving out of a tackle. He's got the first down. He jukes his way for a touchdown. Two-way sensation. Smith Snowden has arrived for Utah with a touchdown.
Utah blows out Cal Poly 63-9. Devin Dampier throws for 192 yards and 3 scores. Corey Rogers, Wayshawn Parker, Bird Ficklin combining for 5 rushing TDs. The Utes are 2-0. They're up 5 spots in the rankings, number 20. 3 Big 12 teams ranked. And now on to Wyoming. I think Kyle will break that out in the press conference today. On to Wyoming.
Well, he likes to break down the game a little bit, as he said. He breaks the game down as he saw it from the sideline on Saturday, and then he breaks the game down as he saw it through the film on Monday, and then quickly go. I mean, there's not much to say. You're going to have a few people. Tell me about the defensive line. Tell me about the... It'll be a dog and pony show today, and then that'll be it.
DJ PK.
Hashtag BYU.
Keeps it himself, Roddy, straight ahead. That's why he wears 47. Fullback mentality for the score. Bill Branson has yet to find his rhythm passing the football. Coaches want him to turn it loose. He completes it, and that's going to be a safety. It'll be 2 points for the Cougars. Satuala was the first one to get there, and yes, it's a safety. On the nice cutback. Touchdown Cougars, Moa.
BYU dominating Stanford up 14-0 at the half. They win 27-3. Stanford kicking a late field goal. First points the BYU defense has given up this year. BYU moved the ball, struggled in the red zone. Defense really responsible for 8 points there with the turnovers. The BYU offense got the ball in field goal range on a couple of those possessions and kicked field goals, plus the safety. Any surprises this at all? You learned anything, or this just reinforced what you thought all along? The defense is really good, and the offense will be good at times.
Yeah, Stanford's offense stinks, and there's no question about that. When was the last time you saw a completed pass end up in a safety? And they played well. Their defense did what they needed to do. It's going to be the offense is just a complete and total work in progress, and so it was a very nice test for them. You know, they had a bunch of great field position possessions that started, as I say, in great field position, and they couldn't cash in with touchdowns. Kalani talked about that. But this is who they are right now. And if they can find ways to win, that's all that matters, because no one's expecting the freshman to go out and go 20 for 27 for 350 yards. At least I'm not. If he does that, well, then I'm going to immediately say the competition isn't good enough. But, you know, obviously they've got the bye situation there. Then they move on from that, East Carolina. So that'll be a nice game. It's on the road. Everything that he's going to experience for the first time is a nice experience, right? And if they can get out of there with wins based on him growing, you're getting the best of the situation that you could ask for. So this kid, what is he, 10%, 20% of what he's going to become probably? So keep working at it and running the ball and do what you need to do, and away you go.
No picks through 2 games. He's got that going for him.
Right.
Thrown for 3 scores, run for 3 more, but like you say, climbing the stairs. Competition gets a little better every week, and in a couple weeks after he gets through the bye here, off to East Carolina to play his first road game.
Yeah.
Get a taste of that. Where, of course, we expect the defense will be excellent again. Can you nitpick on the defense? You got anything?
No.
It's rock solid. Kalani's saying even the one question about depth at defensive line, he thinks that's being answered positively?
Well, what Kirkland, when's he back? I mean, we keep talking about him. I assume that it's going to be soon because they keep telling us it's soon. So maybe after the bye week. And Tonavasa got a sack there. He is the defensive line leader. They were going to be good, and they are good.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Slot right. Oh, Chapin. Throws
Touchdown.
right side. Thompson catches it inside the numbers 20. Angling left 10. 5.
Mateer's got it. Play action. He'll keep it himself. Runs left. Back to the right. Touchdown! Touchdown Sooners! John Mateer. Bam!
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is good.
Let's go, Baylor!
Ends over SMU. In double overtime, Connor Hawkins, a 27-yard field goal. And the Bears win it over the Ponies today. 48-45, the final score.
Dramatica for the win, and there it is. 18-16, the final score, and the Bulls explode off the bench.
Highlights from the Saturday of college football. South Florida upsetting Florida with the late field goal. Another spitting penalty, critical in that game-winning drive. Florida, what are you doing? So South Florida's established themselves as the favorite early on in the race for the Group of 5 playoff spot. They hammered Boise State, and now they went to Gainesville and beat the Gators there, and they got Miami this week. Big 12 wins. More impressed with Iowa State beating Iowa or Baylor beating SMU? Those look like the two big wins of the week for the Big 12.
Well, I think you got Iowa State there. And Baylor, I mean, what are they? The Big 12 is 4-1 against the ACC as they continue this battle. And I never thought I'd see the day where beating ASU would lead to a storming of the field and tearing down the goalposts. Wow. But, I mean, you know, Dillingham was talking about Mississippi State all week. They've got like 50 transfers, so whatever you thought of them, you really had no idea what you thought of them. You were basing it on some precedent. I got home from the Ute game just as the one kid, Brown, had made a good run. I literally turn on the television, and he's running, and he gets down to the 2, and my wife's sitting there, and I said, oh, man, scoring a field goal isn't going to work. And they had 4 tries from the 2 or 3 tries from the 2 and couldn't get in. They ran up the middle all 3 plays.
Very creative.
You'd think by the 3rd play, you might try something different.
Time for play action, rollout, something.
You got a mobile quarterback who had by far his worst game. So there you go. I mean, I picked him 4th in the league, and so I'm not exactly shocked by any stretch. I don't think they'll be they could be as good, but they just had a number of close wins that went their way. Yeah. And one of them was against Mississippi State last year. So sure enough, the odds catch up to you, and you have a close loss that goes against you. That's football.
You have SEC Arizona State history stats.
Oh, yeah, they've never beat an SEC team on the road, and they only have one win against an SEC team overall, and that came last year against this very same team.
Yeah. And they had this one. They were down 17-3. They took the lead. I don't know if you were more upset that they didn't punch it in from the 2 or that they got beat deep with 30 seconds left in the game. That didn't seems like they're going to have to throw it deep. You can't let someone behind you, and then you
they blitzed, and the kid slipped. Had a shot at the quarterback, but he slipped. The only thing I would ask people, if you know me, just don't text me when they lose. Actually text me when they win. I have yet to have that. I can count on like 5 or 6 texts. What happened? Well, but that only comes when they lose. Why don't you do it once in a while when they win? You know, what's wrong with this team? I get that, but I don't get when they win very much.
Colorado beat Delaware 31-7. Interesting. Dion looking for a quarterback. Decided to play all 3 of his quarterbacks a couple series, and the third stringer, Ryan Staub, goes 7 of 10 for 157 yards, 2 touchdowns that open up the lead, make the game much more comfortable. And Dion says he won't name the starting quarterback yet, but he thinks he knows what he's going to do. I mean, seems like it has to be Staub, but I guess he can do whatever he wants. But interesting because BYU is going to play him in 3 weeks, so maybe they found their quarterback. And he was complimentary. The kid could have transferred. He stuck it out there at Colorado when he was buried on the depth chart.
I think you always root for kids like that, especially in today's world when they can leave. And nobody really questions a quarterback if they want to leave because of the fact that, you know, only one kid plays. But, yeah, he did stick it out. And way to go. The descendant of Rusty is looking good.
Rusty Staub. Old school pull, Major League Baseball player there. Mets?
My childhood with the Mets.
Mets, yeah. Bill Belichick win number 1. North Carolina beat Charlotte 20-3. And he's banned the Patriots staff. Patriots personnel can't come because he's banned from the Patriots campus up there. All right, that seems petty, but there they go.
I hope when I'm in my 70s that I don't have that type of
grudge match going on.
Hate in my heart.
Yeah. Oklahoma beats Michigan. Battle of ranked teams. John Mateer, 3 touchdowns combined rushing and passing. You buying Oklahoma, or are these two brand names that they've been down?
Michigan's 8-6 in the last 2 years.
Yep.
I mean, I know you go with the big brand names. Why you thought that somehow UCLA was going to beat UNLV? I don't understand that.
UNLV has 2 starters back and a new coach. I thought there might be a little bit of a shakedown cruise, but no.
UCLA has no starters back and no coach.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Lauri Markkanen in Finland with the upset of Nikola Jokic in Serbia at Eurobasket, 92-86 in the round of 16. Markkanen in Finland on to quarterfinals. They're going to face Georgia after Georgia upset France and eliminated the Olympic silver medalist.
Am I supposed to give a crap about this? I mean, I have no problem that we're talking about it, but why would I care? He played 47 games.
Yep.
What? And so he's all sorts of fresh, and I want to see that type of emotion here, not over there. But I would say the foreign guys, if they had to choose, would choose that as being far more important.
They're playing for the country, and that's who they are, as opposed to coming over here as
here they're just
mercenaries and making money. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're playing in the best league, and if it were on the island of Guam, that's where they would go.
France was missing a lot of players also in their loss. No Rudy Gobert.
I have no clue.
No Wembayama.
I don't care.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Cal Raleigh, Major League best home run, number 53. Seattle hit 5 of them. They battered the Braves 18-2. You know, after you blow a team out, they're supposed to do that whole thing. They got them 10-2 the day before. The bats didn't cool off. 5 more homers and 18-2. Cal Raleigh tops in the bigs with 53 homers now.
So you're saying Cal Raleigh had a better weekend than Cal Poly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is a fact. Shohei Ohtani, home runs number 47 and 48. He homers in the first and the third inning, gets the Dodgers started. They beat Baltimore 5-2. It was a bad East Coast trip, but at least they snapped their 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, they said on Saturday, was it? Yamamoto, the first time ever, up 3-0 as a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th, gives up a home run, and then the Dodgers lose the game.
You're sitting there thinking, okay, it's going to be a no-hitter. And not only do you have that let down, you go back to the clubhouse with an L.
Yeah, that's amazing. And they got those sports records and baseball records and whatnot, and they said that that's never happened before. It's crazy, man. When you think you've seen it all, you haven't.
The Dodgers are 1 game in front of the Padres in the National League West. Padres beat the Rockies 8-1. Padres 4-9 in the last 13. So the Dodgers had that 5-game losing streak, but it could have been worse. Team behind them could have made up a lot more ground and passed them. But 1 game now with we're down to what now? 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
Yankees and Red Sox chasing the postseason, trying to hold on to wild cards here. Red Sox beat the Diamondbacks 7-4. Aroldis Chapman, 17 straight appearances without allowing a hit.
Which is kind of ironic because Arizona's bullpen has gone 17 straight appearances without allowing runs. 6 runs in the 7th and 9th innings. They couldn't get themselves out if they had to.
Yankees beat the Jays 4-3. Yankees are 2 games back of the first place Blue Jays. Red Sox are 3.5 back. Davey Johnson, the manager of the 1986 world champion New York Mets, passed away over the weekend. He was 82 years old. And the Bees give up 5 in the 9th and lose to El Paso 10-6. They've got 2 weeks to go in their season. The final homestand of the year starts tomorrow against Tacoma. Last 6 games out at the ballpark.
Oh, that's right. I got to ask Tony for tickets.
Got to get out there?
Yeah. Haven't been out there yet.
What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Riley Jensen, college football expert, mental performance coach at the top of the hour. Bronco Mendenhall at 8:30. The question of the day, hot takes or toast, is next. Stay with us.
It's game week for the Aggies, and the KSL Sports Zone is getting you ready for kickoff. Bronco Mendenhall and the Aggies return home to Logan to open up Mountain West Conference play with a showdown against Air Force. Listen all week long for the best coverage of Aggie football. Then catch the play-by-play action beginning with the Aggie pregame show game day at 6:30 on 1280 The Zone. Your exclusive home for Aggie football is live on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Join Hans and Scotty live tomorrow from noon to 3 at the Bar Dub Grill at 2264 South Main Street in Nephi. All right, it is time now for Hot Takes or Toast. Question up on our Facebook page. BYU has not given up a touchdown through 2 games. How good is this defense? 3 points allowed.
They're first in the country in fewest points per game.
Numero uno.
1.9 points a game.
That's not how that works. It's ASU math right there.
I didn't study math.
1.5 points per game.
Yeah. No touchdowns through 2. I mean, if we're going to shower Utah with all this love, deservedly so, then we need to shower BYU's defense with all this love.
There it is.
I'm not sure the level of competition is any different.
Not very good in both cases, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cal Poly is a better FCS team than Portland State, but man, if you're a top 25 team, you're miles in front of anybody from the Big Sky anyway. So what's the point of determining who's better there?
Exactly. Well said.
UCLA and Stanford both look like a mess.
Yeah.
It's headed for the bottom of their
I'm
new
just shocked at your
respective
disrespect for UNLV. Pick second in the Mountain West.
Yes.
We've often said the Mountain West has the top teams can beat the lower level teams in other conferences that are perceived to be bigger.
We have seen that.
And that's exactly what we saw again. So it's
That's
really
what
not.
happened.
You're a history guy. You got yuck. The guy loves history. We give him history on a silver platter, and he still is surprised.
Yep.
You history denier.
I
yes,
know.
That's what I did. I denied history. New coach, 2 new starters, but you digress. Now, once again,
They had tons of transfers, man.
BYU's defense isn't getting the credit it deserves. No.
Sure it is. Who is not?
This segment should be about BYU's defense, not about me and my poor judgment on football games played in NFL stadiums and domes in Southern Nevada.
It is not. I know life revolves around you, and you think the show revolves around you. I understand that. Believe me, 23 freaking years of having to deal with this nonsense.
Deal with the nonsense. I'm running out of air.
It is about if we're going to praise Utah.
Yes.
Then BYU should be getting the same praise because they essentially have played the same quality of schedule. It has nothing to do with you, my good friend. We'll have the rest of the month will be about you. But right now, this segment is not about you. It is about you. If we're showering Utah with the praise, then we need to shower BYU because they're playing the same type of competition. I think that's inarguable.
BYU hasn't given up a touchdown through 2 games. How good is his defense? Derek, they've played 2 nobodies. LOL.
Let me repeat.
And Dallin does. So has Utah.
Right. And Utah, deservedly so, is getting a ton of love. There's 3 things I count on in life: death, taxes, and Joel Klatt loving Utah.
I thought you were going to say a ton of love.
Right. That's what he does. Those are the
Joel
3 things I can count on.
Joel Klatt is steady as a rock.
Death,
when it
taxes,
comes,
and Joel Klatt loving Utah.
you expect him to break into song at any moment.
Right. And so with
Not
that in
complaining
mind,
about that, complaining that there's disrespect for the Mountain Time Zone for years.
oh yeah, that absolutely.
And
yes.
the fact he lives in the Mountain Time Zone has got to be
More
part
of
it.
us, the better.
Part of the magic.
Yeah.
That he
Obviously,
is
I have
aware
a
of it.
bias toward
Yeah.
it, but I'm just saying they're receiving so much love based on beating nobody, and here BYU's beat nobody. BYU had a better season last year, so the love needs to be spread around. Spread the love, spread the love, spread the love.
Jared says elite BYU defense, but still against dog bleep competition. It's the offense and offensive play calling, especially in the red zone, I'm worried about. Bear will be awesome, but this year will be a learning experience, and I fear that will keep us from being contenders.
Well, we're still criticizing A-Rod here. After all these years, all the success.
I got to say, I was surprised.
A bum?
I was surprised, but there were a lot of people who thought he was a bum on social media. And it just kills me when people criticize the play calling because, all the plays that are available. Here it is, John, not the proper mix or sequencing of calls.
Oh, brother.
Because you could get up there and do it.
They won the game by 24 points. No, it's not that they should. They're fans. Locke has pulled that with me when I want to criticize the coach. Well, what would you call? I have no freaking idea what I would call. I'm paid to second guess, not to first guess. Pay me $5 million, $10 million, and maybe I would play a couple. But to criticize a media guy, that's ridiculous. Or a fan, that's not their job. Their job is to criticize or praise. So I've got no problem with that. It's just that I don't understand that knowledge or that point of view at this point. The objective is to win the game, not give UNLV or UNLV, give Stanford life. What would you win? You want to win by 27, not by 24? Is that what we're doing here?
No, that's a bad line of thinking. We've seen that line of thinking explode, and it leads to bad things.
Right.
So, no.
A-Rod presents a plate of plays that the kid can eat. Now, later, he's going to eat more. But right now, this was so predictable, though.
100%.
You've got to let the young man grow. Everything is brand new. First road game, first conference road game, on and on and on. He's going to walk in to Boulder and whatever their capacity is, 50,000 or whatever it is, that's what he's going to face. And he's going to face nothing like it until he faces it.
How many times before the Colorado game can he face a sellout road crowd in a conference game?
Yeah.
0.
Right. That's going to be huge. I mean, they're throwing, as you said last week, Delaware and Colorado on the middle of the Saturday afternoon. It's all about Deion Sanders.
Yep.
And so you'd have to think that, well, now you're going to have BYU, assuming that they can go and beat East Carolina. You're going to have a 3-0 team versus Deion.
As long as Colorado doesn't do anything really crazy here.
Yeah.
They have a primetime game with Houston Friday night.
That's going to be a huge deal.
Yep.
And he's going to need to grow. You're going to have to allow him to grow. Once the second this story broke about Retzlaff, I came back saying this is what it's going to be. I've been saying it for months now, and sure enough, that's what we're going to have.
And Gary Croton talked about this 20 years ago, and we see it over and over. We saw it in the Bronco-Titan game yesterday. He said rookie quarterbacks and freshmen can be good between the 20s. They can step up from their previous, high school to college or college to pro. But in the red zone, there's so little space, they almost always struggle. And sure enough, the number one pick in the draft, they moved the ball, they kicked 4 field goals, they lost the game. Freshman quarterback here, and like you said, you knew it was going to be the freshman quarterback almost immediately. And sure enough, they're struggling in the red zone. Well, it's just not surprising. They moved the ball. It's not like it was 3 and out all night long. They had drives. They had possessions.
And some of it wasn't on him. They had a holding call, and this and that.
Kalani went into that in the postgame. He's going to make sure.
But this is about their defense anyway. We're talking about their defense.
Their defense isn't giving up yards, and it isn't giving up points. And there will be better competition, and so obviously they're not going to give up 1.5 points a game all season long. These numbers are going to change. But when it's done, is it going to be a top 10 or 20 defense? I don't see why not. And is it going to be top 2 or 3 in the league? Which, didn't used to be anything when we had 8 and 9 team leagues and your top 3, your top third, that's nice. Now we have these 16, 18 team leagues. Man, you're 1, 2, or 3.
Actually, I think it means more when they have only 8 or 9 or 10 teams because that means you're playing everybody. So I can argue that it means more because everyone's playing each other.
They're going to miss some awesome offenses and pad their stats?
I don't have their schedule memorized. Yeah. I'm not.
Nor do we exactly know who the best offenses are going to be, right?
Right. But when you play everyone,
apparently Baylor can score. We do know that.
That's fair. That's a level of fairness that relative to stats that you rarely have in college. And so here we've got this situation going on with this defense. I mean, number 57. Kalani doesn't even call him by name now. That's how special he is. I just can't. Number 57. Well, that's Tanavasa. And so there you go. He's brought what they didn't have. And their linebackers, I mean, collectively, you can argue that they're as good as they've ever been.
That's saying a lot. There's been a lot of NFL guys going through there. Mm-hmm. But to your point, they're really good now. It looks like they've got really good depth there. Not decent depth, really good depth.
And they have 2 stars at the top.
Yep.
Not really good players, stars. Stars at the top.
Guys who are going to play on Sunday, guys who are going to go to the league. Give me some other cliches so you don't say NFL.
Well, Monday and Thursdays.
Okay.
I mean, they're really, really good. And they've got some experience. We've been waiting for Falatau to break out. He is, you look at him physically, wow, that's an athlete. You just look at him, that's an athlete. And now he's a sophomore. He's going to get better. He obviously had the pick, and they brought him in the post game, and he's getting better. And they've got some other guys there that, they got a 3 or 4 man rotation amongst the 2 spots, and they're looking good. But they were supposed to be good, and they are. Jay Hill really knows what he's doing. I would imagine that he's going to get more. He turned down a job last year or in this recent offseason that he could have had, and so now I think he would get more opportunities. If I'm Andrew Luck, man, I'm keeping an eye out. I saw it firsthand. They kept showing Andrew Luck on television every 5 seconds.
Don't give up on Stanford. This guy's going to fix everything.
Well, I mean, this is crazy in which the world we live in. He's not the athletic director. He's not the head coach.
Yeah.
But he got the most face time and camera time of anybody related to the Stanford program. I mean, I would have liked to seen what was up with John Elway. What was he doing Saturday night? But that's the world that we live in today. And so you've got Andrew Luck getting a first-hand look at this defense. I mean, I have no idea what Andrew Luck is going to decide here, but Jay Hill, I mean, he's got to be considered. This is phenomenal work that he's done. I mean, you realize that the year before he took over, they gave up in like back-to-back games 660 yards to Arkansas and 500 and some yards to Liberty, and I believe those games were back-to-back. And that's just 3 years ago, and now we're talking about one of the best all-time defenses? Did they just luck into that? Did Jay Hill just luck into that?
He's really good at identifying talent, good at developing it.
And was sitting right there. Falatau says Jay Hill is a genius.
That's exactly what he is.
Yes. He's a genius. I don't know how he does
Stanford.
it,
All
but
the
he
geniuses
knows
go to Stanford.
every play that's coming. And Jack Kelly, who's played with him now at 2 different spots, right, for several years, he's essentially saying the same thing. That's very impressive.
Utah scored 106 points in the first 2 games. How good is the Ute offense? We'll get to that next. Stay with us.
You've been listening to The Zone for decades. Yes! But now you can watch the guys break down your favorite teams.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Catch the video stream of DJ and PK, Jake and Ben, Hanson, Scotty, and JJ and Alex right now at KSLSports.com or by searching KSL Sports on YouTube. Utah's best sports radio is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The artist of the day is Pink. She's 46 today. Brought to you by Live Nation. For all the live concerts events in 2025, check out livenation.com.
Let's hear it for Alicia Moore.
A.K.A.
Pink.
Utah, 106 points through 2 games. They had to punt 3 times in the first half. The horror. Also had 35 points at halftime. How good is this offense? At PK, there are Ute fans who are pumped. Christopher, Big 12 championship and playoff contending great. Still some things to tighten up, but they'll get there. Go Utes.
If you win the Big 12 championship, then you're not playoff contending.
Because then you're in.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about that this year and going forward. We don't need a beauty contest anymore. You want to get in, win your deal, and you'll get in. I love that. I don't need it some boardroom to decide my fate. I decide it. It's like the 2 Rose Bowls. Didn't need anybody to decide their fate. They decided it.
Mark says with a little bit of luck, this Ute team could be as good as their 4-loss Rose Bowl seasons.
Oh, that's a shot right there.
Does feel like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Got to put 4 loss in front of Rose Bowl. Got to take the shine off the Rose Bowl seasons.
Yeah, that's jealousy right there.
Steve, the Utes are great. Book your playoff tickets. Book them.
Dano. Okay.
Brooks, I'm pessimistically optimistic that they will do well.
No, you shouldn't be pessimistic at all. I believe at this point in the season, there's never been higher expectations for a football program that has played under the guise of the University of Utah. Never. There's never been, at this point in the season, never been higher expectations.
Frank, we know nothing about Utah.
I disagree.
They played 2 really bad teams. Let's wait till October to find out. And the same with BYU, 2 exclamation points.
I disagree.
So that's 5 exclamation points in all.
No, you may know nothing. But don't say we.
Derek, I'm waiting for both BYU and Utah to be tested. Don't know much yet.
Well, they will be. We do too. We do too, man. Of course they will be tested. Every team will be tested. And they may actually lose a game. Understood. But the fact is that this is what I expected of them. This is what they were capable of doing, and they did it. They've done nothing that has surprised me in the least. Nothing.
Smoke 2 teams you expected them to smoke.
Yes.
And here they sit.
Right.
We were never going to know what we want to know after 2 games. Can you win a big conference game on the road? We're not going to know that after 2 games.
Yes, they can. You don't think they can win a big conference game on the road?
Can, but will.
You said, can they win a big conference game on the road?
Let me
I
rephrase
used the
that.
exact words you used, and then you criticized me for repeating them back to you. I was doing reflective listening.
Number 1, that's true. Number 2, you should be able to read my mind after 23 years and know what I mean.
If I could read your mind,
no matter
what
I
a
say.
tale your thoughts would tell.
Sing it. Scott, we won't know until they play a decent team.
Oh, man. The great thing about it is Texas Tech is a decent team. I picked Texas Tech and Iowa State to meet in the conference title, and they'll get Texas Tech right off the bat, but they can beat Texas Tech. Absolutely.
Travis is in his car fist pumping right now. He says, Texas Tech and RES will tell us all we need to know. Lots of penalties on the O last night, and I'm worried about that.
They could lose that game, though, and still win the conference. So win or lose, they haven't won anything at the conclusion of that Texas Tech game, nor have they lost anything.
With the penalties and the punts in the first half, I heard the wise voice of Barry Trammell in my head when he says some of these teams that don't look great against the FCS, that's because they're smart college kids. They know,
of course.
They know this is a lopsided game. They can't bring it the way they do later on.
No, there was no emotion there.
And Barry says, don't get in your own head and start diving deep and breaking down the FCS money game.
Well, thank God Barry Trammell was born.
See? And he says it in such a folksy way, too. How can you argue with him? All right, when we come back, Riley Jensen, college football expert, mental performance coach, joins us. And Bronco Mendenhall will be here at 8:30. Stay with us right here on The Zone.